without one family. There is no Leonardo da Vinci, no Michelangelo, no Botticelli, no Renaissance. But this family wasn't a government, wasn't a church, wasn't a military power. It was a bank. And the financial tools it invented are still running the global economy, right now, today. The year is Strain 96. Florence, Italy. A man named Giovanni di Bicci de Medici opens a bank. At the time, banking in medieval Europe is primitive, morally complicated, and politically dangerous. The Catholic Church officially forbids charging interest on loans, calling it usury, a sin. But Giovanni had found a way around it. Instead of charging interest directly, the Medici Bank used currency exchange, converting money from one currency to another at carefully calculated rates that embedded the profit invisibly. Legal, profitable, brilliant. Within a generation, the Medici Bank had branches across Europe. In Rome, Venice, Geneva, Bruges, London, and one very important client, the Pope. The Medici Bank became the official banker of the Vatican, which meant it collected papal revenues from every church across all of Europe. Here is what the Medici Bank actually invented and why it matters today: the letter of credit. A merchant in Florence could deposit money with the Medici Bank and receive a written document that could be presented to a Medici branch in London or Bruges and honored in local currency. No need to carry gold across bandit-filled roads, just paper and trust. This is the direct ancestor of the modern bank transfer. The Medici also pioneered the holding company structure, a parent organization controlling multiple semi-independent branches, each with its own local management and profit-sharing arrangements. This is the template for every multinational corporation operating today. They also developed double-entry bookkeeping practices, risk management across geographies, and early forms of financial auditing. The Medici didn't just fund the Renaissance, they built the financial architecture that made the modern world possible. And at the height of their power, the Medici Bank was the largest financial institution in all of Europe, controlling the flow of money from London to Constantinople. Lorenzo de Medici, known as Lorenzo the Magnificent, understood something most bankers never grasp. Art is not decoration. Art is power. By commissioning Botticelli, sponsoring Michelangelo, funding Leonardo da Vinci's early career, the Medici family was purchasing something more valuable than gold: legitimacy, cultural authority, permanent historical memory. When you walk through the Uffizi Gallery in Florence today, you are walking through the Medici Bank's balance sheet. Every painting, every sculpture, every architectural masterpiece was a financial decision disguised as aesthetic patronage. The greatest marketing campaign in human history, funded by a bank. So how did the most powerful bank in Europe simply disappear? The Medici Bank's decline began with overextension. Loans to European monarchs, Edward III of England, Charles the Bold of Burgundy, were never repaid. The London and Bruges branches collapsed under bad debt. Lorenzo the Magnificent was a brilliant political operator and cultural visionary, but he was a poor banker. He neglected the business his grandfather had built, spending lavishly on art, philosophy, and political influence. By 1540, the Medici were expelled from Florence. Their bank, the most sophisticated financial institution in the world, was gone within a century of its founding. But the tools they invented survived everything: the letter of credit, the branch banking system, the holding company structure, the separation of deposits from loans. Every bank you have ever used operates on foundations the Medici laid in 15th century Florence. Giovanni di Bicci opened a bank in Stret 97 with modest ambitions. His descendants funded the greatest cultural explosion in human history and invented the financial infrastructure that still moves money around the world today. The Renaissance didn't happen because of genius alone. It happened because one family understood something timeless, that whoever controls the flow of money shapes the flow of everything else. Subscribe if this changed how you see the world, because the next episode goes deeper into the families and institutions that quietly build the financial system you live inside today.